This story comes to us from foxnews.com. And as a preface, I do want to say, no, I don't put a lot of stock in Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, CBS News. I really don't. But when I'm looking at these stories, whoever has the most information or the most details, I just kind of try to give it to you, and you can sort out what you think is, right and wrong. They're reporting it. I'm just reading it. Did you know that's what a lot of times when you're watching the news and those anchors are sitting there talking today over in Westville, a lot of times they didn't write that story. You know that, right? That somebody else, some interns or whoever wrote those stories and they're reading them to you. They're glorified readers, as one former news person told me. So that's kind of what it is, right? So yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm a glorified reader. And this one just happens to be with Fox News, where Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, this one kind of deals with us cop watchers, is facing criticism for ignoring local media members who are critical of her administration transitioning from traditional police scanner to encrypted radio frequency. Their radios are going encrypted. Before I go on, I'll tell you, if you go, man, our local police department went encrypted, we can't watch the cops no more. Oh, you can still look through town if you know where they're at. But also, you can still listen to the fire department on your scanner. And when they say stage for the PD or stage for SO, Sheriff's Office, they're staging because something going on. And that's when you can go out there and see what's going on. It might be an assault. It could be a robbery. Somebody could have got pepper sprayed running down the street. Because we had one like that where the guy got pepper sprayed and they said stage for SO or SO's on scene, no staging. And I was like, ooh. And I went out there and the guy had got pepper sprayed. So basically, if your law enforcement agency is encrypted, just listen to the fire department. A coalition of news organizations claims this new system will be inaccessible to the public and will hamper journalists' ability to listen in real time to warn the public about ongoing threats to safety. Even when we can hear it, there's no warning about threat to safety. When you got cops out there, Traditional police scanner transmissions have always been accessible to the public. That's the First Amendment right. That's our First Amendment right to hear it. As well as media personnel. But the new encryption method is only accessible to the police and those offered a decryption key. Now, news agencies can get a decryption key. It costs them I don't know. I'll guess $100,000 for a year or 2 years or whatever. I don't know. But I know that the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department spent millions on encrypting their radios. Yeah, millions, because they posted it. And the thing too is they say, look, our radios are encrypted, but we're going to release media. We have media releases. We're going to let you know what's going on. No, you're going to tell us what you want us to hear or read. That's what it is. You're going to give us a narrative. Not what, we need to listen to the scanner to know actually what happened. Mayor Lori Lightfoot's administration has refused to meet with the members of the Chicago media who have voiced concern this will impact journalists' ability to cover events as they unfold and warn the public about threats to safety. So Lori Lightfoot's not even going to meet with a journalist. She's like, no, we're doing our thing. Shut up. The letter reads, we are a coalition of Chicago area news organizations concerned with this planned encryption and are sharing our concerns to raise awareness about how the city's plan will impact our ability to provide timely, accurate, and potentially life-saving news to you. The letter also references a shooting that occurred at a Chicago courthouse and police district in broad daylight. The perpetrator fired more than 40 shots and escaped. The media organizations that penned the letter said the public did not see, hear, or read about the crime as it was happening because of the new encrypted system. So here, if people listening to the scanner would have heard shots fired at the courthouse, the guy escaped, they'd be like, oh, I'm avoiding that area. But instead, because the radios are encrypted, nobody can hear it, they'll drive right straight into it. All right? I don't know. You figure it But it goes down from there. This is another kind of lengthy story. If you want to read it in the description box below. The main thing is here, other than what I've covered and I've rambled. But the thing here is these encrypted radios. The biggest thing about it is the public are the activists, the social media justice activists, social media journalists, regular journalists, and anyone that doesn't have access to the police scanner, they can't respond to these calls with the police to try to see what's going on. There's no accountability and transparency, basically, unless you come across it and go, whoa, there's a cop car. Let me see what's going on. See what I'm saying? They're taking accountability and transparency and they're encrypting it. They're saying, well, we're going to give you the narrative. We'll give it to you. No, you're going to give us what you want us to see or hear or read. We want to be on scene with you to know what's going on, because we just might get a Derek Chauvin in our city and we want to be able to record that jackass before he kills somebody like George Floyd. Oh, I know George Floyd wasn't a good person. He was a criminal. He was a bag of, excrement. But he did not deserve to beg for his life on the ground. And all the cops didn't tell the whole story, but that girl who recorded it, we saw it firsthand. And that's why we need to decrypt these police radios so that accountability and transparency can again be in our lap.